Hello everyone. Just lose my voice for a second there. We're back, as we have been a lot recently, with some traditional draft war for the Spark. Last draft didn't go quite so well, but hopefully we can turn that around. So let's jump in and pick some cards. Oh boy, we got a ReAL. Copying spells. That's pretty sweet. I think ReAL is pretty decent. He can blow other planeswalkers up as well whenever you cast instant sorceries. He can also just push quite a lot of face damage. He's something I'm fine splashing for as well, so we'll pick up the ReAL.
To go toe to toe with me?
And to follow it up, we've got a ReAL's Outburst. It's a pretty decent spell. What else have we got? Rest of the pack seems fairly unexciting, so I think we'll take the ReAL's Outburst as well. Okay, in here we've got a Kasmina, which is a very, very good planeswalker. We've also got Thunder Drake, Bond of Insight. Go like full ham on the spells. The only real card that reaches to hit face though is Heartfire, and that does require you to sacrifice creatures. But I think we'll take the Kasmina, because Kasmina is just pretty strong, regardless.
Prove yourself.
To follow that up, we've then got a Flux Channeler, so yeah, we'll take Flux Channeler. We're just being passed a bunch of value, basically. And wow, we've got Spellgorger Weird as well. Is this the blue-red deck that we should have been playing last time? I think it is. I think it is. I think this is the Spells Matter deck that we were supposed to get. Honor the God Pharaoh or Augur of Bolas. We haven't got those many spells yet, but we can always try and pick some more up as the draft goes on. He hits most of the time, so that makes him pretty valuable. And he is a 2-drop, which the deck tends to lack. And it's a defensive 2-drop as well, which you really need. Here, do we want to pick up a Heartfire or a Wall of Runes? Heartfire can make the difference, especially with the ReAL. You're like bursting face for like 9 damage if you can copy the spell. In fact, you're hitting for 10. So that seems pretty good. Strix as a flyer and as the payoff. Here we'll take the Saheeli Silverwing. There's another flyer. Guess we'll take another Heartfire. Guess we'll take another Heartfire. I don't want to just keep taking Heartfires. We'll take a Teferi's Time Twist. Here, I mean, Makeshift Battalion's the most playable card there, but we probably won't be playing it. Grim Initiate's a pretty good sack outlet for the Heartfire. Aside from that, we can always play Demolish and try and double up ReAL to demolish all their land. That actually can be quite powerful, but Grim Initiate's just a lot more playable. Top of the statue for the sideboard. And we have a Royalesque. How much do we want to splash Royalesque? It's in one of our colours. And I don't mind picking up green cards. Some of the green cards might be quite relevant. What else have we got in the pack? We've got Jaya's Greeting, Primo Removal, it scries, blows stuff up. We've got a Crush Descent and a Kiros Damnbreaker. Do we pass up a Jaya's Greeting for a Royalesque? I don't know. Royalesque is pretty damn bomby. At first I wasn't too keen on him, but you know, Flamplers that do lots of stuff, and he does do lots of stuff. He's pretty heavy in the green though. No, I think we'll stick with what we got. We're gonna try and make this work. And speaking of making it work, we've got Invade the City or Spellgorger Weird. And I think Invade the City is just a very nice payoff for this deck. Another Flux Channeler and a Saheeli. We've got to take the Saheeli, haven't we? We've just got to take the Saheeli. Spark Double, Eternal Skylord, Relentless Advance, Honor the God Pharaoh. I guess Spark Double, because doubling up ReAL makes for some hilarious stuff. We just need spells, really. Oh, we could double up Spellgorger Weirds, or like Casmina or something. Also seems fine. Yeah, Spark Double seems to fit fine in the deck. Here, I think we'll take another Strix, just to have some early game. Nahiri, Burning Prophet, or Lazotep Plating. I think I like the Lazotep Plating. Protects our stuff, amasses. Are we a Sarkhan's Catharsis deck? I don't think I want to go that ham. I think I'd rather pick up the Crunch. Yeah, I think we're going to pick up the Crunch. It's a decent blocker, it trades up. Here we can take the Sarkhan's Catharsis, though we might not play it. Samet Sprint or Crush Descent. I think I like the Crush Descent more. There's a No Escape, which is always good. Another No Escape, which means we don't even need to play the Crush Descent. Honor the God Pharaoh, draw cards, amass tokens. We'll take a, I guess Defiant Strike technically ends up being better in this deck than a Martyr. And we've got a Invading Manticore for the top end. Here we've got Gideon's Blackblade, or Gideon Blackblade, which, to be honest, whilst is very nice, I don't think is something that's going to fit in the deck at this point. The deck is already very playable. What makes it more playable? Jai's Greeting, or Tamio's Epiphany. I think we like the Jai's Greeting more. I think we can replace one of our Heartfires for it. And what do we have here? Tibalt's Rage is a good way to push some damage early in the game. We've got a Samet, creatures get haste. How many creatures do we care about getting haste? Not a huge amount. I think we take Tibalt's Rager. Some value 2-drops. And here, Thunderdrake, definitely. Massive pickup for this deck. Do like me some Thunderdrakes. And what do we want in this pack? Don't think Bolt Ben's going to be very good in draft, to be honest. I don't think it's a very niche card to start with. I think Samet Sprint's certainly going to be more playable in the deck than anything else, but I don't know if we actually play it, so I'll pop it in the sideboard for now. Chandra's Pyrohelix or Demolish. I guess Chandra's Pyrohelix is a removal. It can hit face as well. I think here, what do we want? Relentless Advance or Stealth Mission. Stealth Mission does let us start proliferating on other creatures. And can also push damage when the board gets stalled out. So I think I like one copy of Stealth Mission in the deck. I think I underrate this card a bit too much in proliferate decks. Can end up being quite strong. Do we want to take another Saheeli Silverwing? Or Ashiok Skulker? Can be a nice way to finish the game. Or we replace with it. It's a decent ground blocker as well with 5 toughness. Yeah, let's take an Ashiok Skulker. It's fine. Here, what do we want? Grim Initiate, Relentless Advance, Demolish. I think we like the Relentless Advance. Here we will take the Turret Ogre. Might not play it. Might bring it in against decks with lots of flyers, but probably not going to play it too regularly. Another Heartfire, why not? Nahiri's Stoneblades we probably won't play. Let's take Courage and Crisis. I suppose in some games we might want to sideboard in the God Pharaoh statue. Maybe against triple colour decks we could sideboard the Demolish in. Maybe cut them off a colour. Masterful Cause for the sideboard. We got 20 gems because we had a rare that we already have lots of copies of. Okay, so let's see. We've got Planeswalkers, we've got a Casmina, got a Saheeli and a ReAL, got a Spark Double, and I think we probably run 2 No Escapes in this deck. We're going to need the Flux Channeler, Augur, Lazotep Plating, Stealth Mission, Thunderdrake, double Sky Theater Strix, Spellgorger Weird, double Gyre's Greeting. Invade the city, ReAL's Outburst. That's all the pretty value stuff in the deck. What's our curve like? 2, 3, and 4 drops. Probably do with some more creatures. Can have an Ashiok Skulker to round out the late game. A mass does technically count as a creature in my opinion, because you are creating a creature with it. So I think maybe we take the Relentless Advance, since it's a creature and a spell, in essence. Do we want a Heartfire? Not necessarily. I think just copying up spells like... we do need some spells we actually want to copy with ReAL though, that's the thing. I mean, copying Invade the City can be a good way to win the game. We could run Sarkhan's Catharsis as like a endgame finisher. Just blow our opponent up for 10 damage. Or 12 actually, because we're casting it and then the copy. So it's like 12 damage goes face. We don't really have to push that much damage with our other stuff. But we could also just win by hitting our opponent in the face with the Strix or the Thunder Drake. What spells would we like to double up on? I guess Honor the God Pharaoh. Discard 1, amass 2, draw 3. Or draw 4 rather. Seems pretty powerful. Chandra's Pyrohelix, doubling that, seems like it can get quite a lot of damage in as well, and also try to ping out different targets. Do we need 1-drops in this deck? I don't think we need 1-drops in this deck. I think we're going to go on the full spells plan without the Heartfires, because I don't think we've got anything we want to sacrifice. I guess Augur of Bolus when it runs out, but I'd rather have spells that can target. Yeah, maybe a Heartfire is better than Chandra's Pyrohelix. It does just blow something up for 4, so I think we'll run 1 copy of Chandra's Pyrohelix. And then do we run the Crunch or the Tibalt's Rager? Rager does help us ping, which is quite nice in this deck, and also can pump itself to push more damage or just discourage people from attacking us. So I think this is the real spells deck, or the ReAL's spell deck, because the last one was a poor attempt at one. This has got a lot more game, I think. But let's see if we're gonna just lose all our gems again. Hopefully not. I think this deck's got some legs to stand on for certain. It's got a lot of strong payoffs for the spells deck, and also quite a lot of good spells that we didn't see in the last deck. So I think we've got a good chance of going pretty far with this. This hand seems very slow, but fine. Opponent mulls. If our opponent can't put much pressure down on turn, we don't necessarily need the servos to turn into anything, so I suppose Saheeli's Loyalty is not so much of a problem to us. We'll drop some red. I'd love to see like a Gyre's Greeting off the top, that would be pretty excellent. Speaking of, there's a Gyre's Greeting. Opponent has no drops. We could drop the Skythit Strix, but I think going for the Saheeli is just the better play. So what we can do here is drop Kasmina, which generates a servo because we played a non-creature spell. There's a Krenko. We could also just blow the Krenko up. I think that's also a reasonable play. So let's drop the Strix. And let's Gyre's Greeting the Krenko, because fuck that guy. He's a bastard. And now we can... do we want another mountain? I don't think so. Could do with another island. That would be fine. Now we can turn the servo into Strix, which might be quite relevant for getting some flying damage in. Turret Ogre. Okay, that's slightly more annoying. We could Spark Double the Saheeli. Don't think that's very relevant. Let's just play the Kasmina. That block us for days. And let's uptick the Kasmina. Got a mountain. Let's ditch the mountain. And pass turn. So opponent's got to pay quite a lot of mana to target our stuff because of the Kasmina. So that might mess up some of their combat tricks or some of their removal. We could spark double Kasmina to just create an army of wizards. Just go really wide. Zero the Scorpion. Okay, we don't care about Death Touch token because, yeah, we're going to have plenty of wizards on the board. I think we play the Augur of Bolas here first. Can't rip a spell. Okay, we got no escape. We could just hold up no escape and let our opponent just cry as they can't get past our stuff. Let's play the Kasmina out. There's ReAL. Okay. Huh. Invade the city becomes very good with ReAL. Maybe we ditch the no escape. We could genuinely ditch the no escape. What's our opponent's going to play that we're really going to want to counter? Because they're not going to play into it, that's the thing, so ditch it. We could invade the city for 2, but we could also get ReAL out and then do crazier stuff, so I like getting ReAL out and doing crazier stuff. Nothing on their board particularly scares us right now, so we're quite safe to just do our thing. There's a ReAL. Create some more blockers. So scry 1. Asher of Skulker, we don't want to see that, we want to see spells. We want spells, people, we want spells. Or a Flux Channeler, that would also be dank. It's a Tybalt.
My assistants are painfully slow.
Tidebearer Giant. Is that all they're swinging with? Just block with some servos. Can't stop this ReAL train. Oh man. We've got Serious Filth about to income. Or incoming on the board. So we're going to Spark Double. Targeting ReAL. We have 2 ReALs.
Always nice to get out of the lab.
We're going to copy the next instant or sorcery we cast. We're going to copy the next instant or sorcery we cast. Drop the mountain and invade the city 3 times. Oh boy, the stacks. The stacks are real. Let's go crazy. We could blow Tybalt up. That seems pretty relevant.
Watch the lapels down. A little to the left next time. Got it? Game on lab assistant.
I think we'll pass. Opponent concedes. So against a red-black sack deck, I think Charger's Pyrohelix is going to get more value against this matchup. Possibly even the Grim Initiate as well. And we could cut the Heartfire. I don't think that's as relevant against this deck. And I don't think we need the stealth mission so much. I think once we bog the board up with stuff, they're going to be a little bit stuffed for options. I think they're going to be quite weak to flyers. What would I cut to add another flyer? I don't think I cut anything to add another flyer. I think this seems fine. Hand is very much on the slow side. Is that okay? It is if we draw action. We've got an extra draw, so... Drawing land is not such a great start. Okay, Gyre's Greeting though is pretty good. Opponent is stuck on 2, feels bad for them. Let's drop the Tybalt's Rager. And that's Kasmina. So drop the mountain, swing for 1. Might see a Krenko here. Mayhem Devil. Okay, that's fine. Let's down tick Kasmina.
Focus on what matters.
Ditch the island. Play the island. Play the Spellgorger. Play the Gyre's Greeting on the Mayhem Devil. Could have Scried first, but it's fine. Put that on top. Swing for 3. Let's play the Thunder Drake. And we will swing with... We could offer some trades. I think I'm fine offering some trades. For the Death Toucher. They don't take it, so they just take some damage instead. Harold of the Dreadhorde. Okay, so we can Grim Initiate. And we can ReAL's Outburst on something, or we could Relentless Advance. I think Relentless Advance seems pretty decent. And we could swing. I'm worried about Widespread Brutality. We haven't seen it on them. Could be a massive blowout. So I think we do swing with the Wizards. They take the trade. Okay. They probably don't have Widespread Brutality if they're willing to trade the Amass token and the Harold. Tybalt, okay.
Enjoy yourself and live like a king. The more, the mess.
Okay, I think we pump the Rager. Swing everything at face. Do we swing at the Tybalt? Don't think we need to. I think we just pressure damage on the face. I kind of want him to make his blocks. Is Vizier going to block? If not, we can ReAL's Outburst the... let's ReAL's Outburst the Vizier. And we will take the Gyre's Greeting. One damage to any target. Could just go face. Seems fine. Opponent needs to put down quite a few creatures here or break our board up. And their curve seems pretty low, so Spellgorger Weird's just going to punch through most of the time. Okay, let's drop the Ashiok Skulker. Let's swing everything at the Gyre's Greeting this, so our opponent's got no blocks. Put a counter on things. Our opponent scoops it up. Yep, this seems like a much better version of the previous Spells Matter deck. Hopefully we can get up to 3 wins with it. This is kind of the stuff that you need in the deck to make it work. Seems to be pretty high power when it goes off. And we've got a decent amount of instant speed removal, so we can play around our opponents playing proliferate decks, for example. Hand seems a little bit on the sketch side, but we'll keep it. We can get Strix out on turn 2, maybe we put counters on it. See what our opponent does. It's Grim Initiate for turn 1. Let's play the Skyfit Strix. Okay, red-white, so they're on like a Boros deck. Do we take this block? I think it's worth it. Got a Defiant Strike, okay. So, pass turn. Pass. I'm gonna swing for 1. Dovin. Dovin seems like a bit of an odd inclusion in an aggro deck, but I suppose he makes our instants and sorceries cost more, which kind of sucks, but if they're only swinging at us for 1, I don't think we really care. Okay, they're up to 4 mana, playing an Angrath.
Ever seen water burn? If you want it, fight for it.
Okay, I think it's worth Gyre's Greeting here. Spark Double on Ashiok Skulker seems like it could be pretty sweet. So we'll keep that on top. So if our opponent can't remove the Ashiok Skulker, they can just Dovins it over and over again, but would they prefer to remove it? We'll see. Goblin Assailant is pretty weak. Opponent's got Menace, so got to double block their stuff for the most part.
The fault is not in our stars, but in ourselves.
Okay, so we can Spark Double here on the Ashiok Skulker. No attacks. It's going to be hard for them to remove our creatures. If they've got like a Wanderer's Strike or Gideon's Triumph, it's going to make things a little awkward. But we can make it so the Skulkers can't be blocked, which is pretty nice. Which which means their planeswalkers are in some serious trouble. Okay, so he's gonna... There's another Grim Initiate. He's gonna swing with everything to hit us for... Just with the Grim Initiate? I could double block it, but he might have a couple of pump spells, so we're not gonna block. Okay. And we are going to, rather than pay for the Skulker, we could just pay for the Skulker actually, there's no point using the stealth mission yet. Though we might get blown out by Gideon's Triumph. Well, let's play into it, see what happens. Do we kill the Dovin? Do we kill the Angrath? I think we kill the Angrath so his creatures no longer have menace.
Ah, I'll have you in chains next time.
And we can Jaya's Greeting if he tries to amass a larger creature. Okay, so he's on Mardu. I think it's worth Jaya's Greeting the amass token here. I don't think we want Heartfire, so he's going to get rid of our stealth mission, which we don't really need because the Ashok Skulkers will be unblockable anyway. So yes, he can make it so the Ashok Skulker can't deal damage, but we can still block with it, so... Let's swing with everything, block 2 damage. Okay, block the 1 damage then. Tibolt's Rager, it's pretty good. And we'll give the Ashok Skulker, can't be blocked. Kill the Dovin.
These results are an anomaly, not to be repeated.
Tibolt's Rager's got a good block on at least 3 of his creatures. Deliver unto evil. 2 cards to leave in your opponent's graveyard. I'll leave the Angrath in there. Do we care about Toll of the Invasion? I don't think we do. We'll leave the Angrath and the Dovin in there. You can have your crappy spells that don't do anything. There's another Grim Initiate. How many Grim Initiates can you draft? How many Grim Initiates is too few, too many? So we can swing for 4 to the face and then hold up no escape. Now our opponent's probably just going to Toll of the Invasion it, but you never know. So our opponent's on a 5-turn clock. Or end turn. Toll of the Invasion. Okay, we'll just resolve that. So mass 1. Our opponent still doesn't have very many good attacks though, so... But they're going to have to start putting pressure on us somehow. Okay. We'll block the Grim Initiates. He's going to Defiant Strike them, that's fine. To be expected. 1 damage to any target. Let's blow up the Grim Initiate that got buffed. Okay, just another mountain. Could hold back our guys to block. I think that seems fine. Need to kind of draw some more creatures here, or like a Kasmina or something. Widespread Brutality. Okie dokie. That sucks. And we just draw land. Okay, so we basically drew just the Skulkers and that was it. Right. So now we know they've got that. Chandra's Pirate Helix seems pretty good here. And maybe Crushed Descent as well. And if we take out... Ashok Skulker seems pretty good to deal with for his Planeswalkers. But we could just do that with Flyers instead. And it is a bit expensive. It's a good blocker though. Do we need the stealth mission? Probably would rather draw creatures for the most part. No escape doesn't stop the widespread brutality going off. Lazotep plating doesn't help either. So I think we take out Lazotep plating. We don't really want to be sacking our creatures against this deck, so we'll take out the Heartfire and pop in the Grim Initiate, which trades with his. Let's say that's the deck. An early Saheeli would be really strong against this deck because we can just get lots of servos to block up his weenies. We will play first. This looks like a good hand. Grim Initiate into Spellgorger Weird with the Giant's Greeting to clear some problem creatures. Seems pretty good. Okay, we will just pass. I'm much happier to keep my Grim Initiate as a defensive creature than an aggressive one. I will take that trade though. I'm just going to play another Grim Initiate and pass. Okay, we'll play the Spellgorger Weird down. No attacks. If he drops white mana here, I don't think I'll block the Grim Initiate if he swings. Okay, it's just more red. And a Goblin Assailant. Okay, he's just going to pass. I think we will pass as well. Now we can make some blocks and then use Giant's Greeting as a means of beating his combat tricks. Do we want Giant's Greeting now? Don't think so. We'll hold it up to beat combat tricks. Play the Ashok Skulker. Pass the turn. So opponents kind of stuck. They probably have a lot of white cards in hand they can't play, or maybe even black cards. They might have a Heartfire here, but one Heartfire is not going to do it. They might try and swing and then Heartfire afterwards. How do we respond to that? Angrath, okay, so he's just going to start massing onto his token. So we can kill the Angrath with the Ashok Skulker, and then we can kill the Amass token. Seems pretty good. Okay, so we can we could double block the Assailant with our Amass token as well. Just leave the Grim Initiate up. We don't want to let him amass more. Okay, play the island. Get the Ashok Skulker in on Angrath. And turn. See what our opponent does. Just swinging with the no blocks. Giant's Greeting with 3/3. Any responses? Maybe a Heartfire. Thunderdrake seems pretty good. Need more spells really to get the Invade the City rolling, but maybe just casting the Invade the City to just have some stuff on board. Okay, let's go to combat. Let's swing with the Skulker, start clocking them a little bit. Because we do need to fight back, we can't just let them swing at us. I could have invaded the city to put the counter on the Drake, but I'm not sure if that's totally worth it. We'll keep that in hand to discard it to Kasmina if we draw her. Swing with the Skulker again. I'll give him the option of trading it if he wants. This could be a Widespread Brutality coming out next turn, or he might just have a Heartfire or something. Last turn. So if he Widespread Brutalities, he gets to kill 2 of our creatures, which kind of sucks. Needs black mana to do it. Opponent's holding a lot of cards. I get the feeling they've probably got a lot of white cards in that hand that they can't use. Or they've just got Honor the God Pharaoh, ditching Unlikely Aid. Okay, it's nice to know that they've popped that in their deck. More red mana. Okay, moving to our turn. More land. I think we're just going to clock our opponent with everything in case they've drawn the Widespread Brutality. I'd love to draw something that isn't land right now. Okay, there's some white mana. What kind of things have they got? Probably just a few combat tricks. Okay, let's pay for the Skulker. Opponent goes down to 4. They're dead next turn, unless they've got an answer. Okay, so we managed to steal that game. Do we actually run Demolish? It looks like they're splashing very, very lightly for certain colours. Demolish could quite literally ruin the game. It's a bit... I don't know. It's a bit funky. Maybe we run it instead of both copies of No Escape? You know what? Let's try it out, because if we can cut them off with 1 colour of mana, that actually might be really, really relevant. They seem to be very heavy on the red. I mean, it could just be that they drew lots of red mana and nothing else, but... I mean, we didn't see them play a particularly large amount of black mana in the previous game, so... And this game seems like... Okay, so they mull. That's a good start. We've got a pretty good hand. We can drop the Grim Initiate into the Strix, or Grim Initiate into Rager, depending on what they play. Okay, so let's drop our Grim Initiate. Okay, let's drop the Tybalt's Rager. Swing for 1. Tybalt's Rager is nice for pinging out some of their tokens. 3 mana for Toll of the Invasion. I guess they're going to take the Saheeli. They take Honor the God Pharaoh. Okay. It seems pretty interesting to me. Guess we're going to play the Saheeli. And we will swing with the... We'll swing with the Rager. And hold back the Grim Initiate. If they've got Widespread Brutality... No, Dreadful Twins, okay. So, going at Saheeli. Do I care? I don't think I do.
Is destruction your only art?
I will take the Dry's Greeting over the No Escape. And we will not swing. Goblin Assailant is pretty weak. Opponent's kind of running out of cards here. Widespread Brutality will wipe their own board, so they could Heartfire to kill the Saheeli, but it's not super relevant. Yeah, I'll trade these two for the Dreadhorde Twins, that seems fine. I'm much more happy with trading than they are, I should think. And them losing their Trampler seems pretty good. Or like their ability to give their tokens trample. What else have they got? Angrath's Rampage. Okay. So they had to pay quite a lot of mana for that overall. I think we just hold back now, keep the Crush Descent up. Looks like they've just got land. I think we'll Gyre's Greeting the Goblin Assailant. Spark Double, how relevant's that? Don't think it is actually, in this situation. Okay, another Gyre's Greeting. Could just pump the Rager, get some damage in. Can't hold up. We could hold up Crush Descent, I guess, but they've got a lot of mana right now, so I think we're just going to get in for the damage we can. It will make drawing ReAL a hell of a lot better as the game progresses. Widespread Brutality, okay. We'll just ping them in the face. So it's every non-army token, so it doesn't hit ours. Okay, let's Gyre's Greeting their token. We don't want a mountain. We'll swing for one. We'll probably Crush Descent whatever spell they try and play anyway, regardless of what it is. Just so we can get a bigger amass token. Okay. We'll play the Ashok Skulker. Swing for one. Call of the Invasion. Taking Crush Descent. Play the Strix. Give Skulker unblockable. Swing for 4. I'll offer the trade because I'd rather they have less tokens than us, to be honest. Okay, they're just going to take it. End turn. They need an answer to the Skulker pretty swiftly. If I can draw a 2-mana instant or sorcery, we're going to get quite a lot of value here. I.e. we kill them, so can't really afford to swing because he'll die. Okay, let's pay for the Skulker. And we will go face for 4. So he needs removal for both our creatures. And I think the best he can do is Wanderer's Strike one of them. I don't think he can get both. Yeah, I think he had Wanderer's Strike and that was just for the one of them. Okay, so set 2 in the bag as well. Spells Matter deck doing pretty good. That was a bit of a hard game there. When your opponent's got a board wipe, it just makes draft so much harder. Especially since there's a board wipe that keeps their big boy around, so makes it a lot more difficult. But we did okay. This hand seems awkward. Got no creatures. Do we mull? We've got a ReAL's Outburst to find things if we draw some land. Otherwise our opponent's going to get a lot of tempo on us. So I think we mull. And this seems better. And there's a ReAL as well, so we'll keep him on top. Opponent's on green. Okay. Drop a mountain. Crunch Wrangler. Okay. Crunch Wrangler's kind of scary. I'm kind of tempted to just trade the Lazotep plating for the Quantrangler, but then again, it's a good thing with the Flux Channeler. So we'll just take the damage. Spellgorger weird. Okay, that's kind of scary. Do we drop the Saheeli? Saheeli's very likely to die. I guess we play the Flux Channeler. Opponent's thinking. Gruul, think. Think about Smash. Bloom Hulk, okay. So, Quantrangler is going to get pretty swole. No blocks. This hurts. Gyre's Greeting. I basically need one more mana to do stuff, but I guess we're going to Gyre's Greeting the Quantrangler. I could Lazotep plating first to generate a 1/1, and then Gyre's Greeting after that. But then Saheeli's going to not have very much to do. Neither's ReAL. Guess we'll just I can always save the Flux Channeler in case I've got some removal in hand. Then again, if they don't have a spell, they would have tried to play the spell if they could proliferate onto the Spellgorger weird as well. So I think this is the correct play, because it will give us a 2/2 to block the Spellgorger weird. No escape. Don't think that's the kind of spell that we need right now. So we'll bottom that, and we will no attacks. We want Gyre's Greeting off the top. Gyre's Greeting. That's what we're looking for. Opponent's got Domri's Ambush. Okay, that's pretty nasty. We're gonna no blocks. Sky Theatre Strix. That at least gives us the blocker we need.
What an interesting creature. Let's see how you work.
Mowu's pretty scary. Tybalt's Rager. I could play a ReAL, doesn't do anything. Tybalt's Rager doesn't do anything. We're just not going to show it. Just concede, go to game 2. Okay, so I think the Charger's Pyrohelix gains value in this matchup. Heartfire can blow out some of their bigger creatures. I think the Sky Theatre Strixes are going to be pretty weak in this matchup, so we're going to take them out, and I think we'll put the Crunch in. Crunch will at least trade with their 4 toughness creatures. What else do we want? Crushed Ascent might be good if we can play it on curve. What do we take out for Crushed Ascent? Maybe the Tybalt's Rager, although we can pump that up to trade up, so it's not too bad. Maybe the Heartfire. I think we want our creatures on board, so we'll take the Heartfire out. When you're on the play, Crushed Ascent gets a lot better, after all. Opponent mulls. Do they keep? They scry on bottom, so they probably don't have a particularly good hand. Here's a Grim Initiate. We Spellgorger weird. I think that's fine. Do they swing? Do they Domri's Ambush? Looks like they might be using Domri's Ambush. They're playing their own Spellgorger weird? Okay. I think it's probably a good target to ReAL's Outburst at this point. We will definitely take the ReAL here. And no attacks. Can hold up, no escape. I think I like Relentless Advance more. Maybe we just play Flux Channeler. So that next turn we can get some proliferate stuff going on. Play Thunder Drake. I kind of want to get ReAL down before I Relentless Advance. So maybe we just play the Flux Channeler. That seems fine. No attacks. Okay, Domri's Ambush. Swing for 3. It's fine. Saheeli. ReAL. Let's play the Thunder Drake. Opponent gets up to 4 mana. Goblin Assault Team. Pretty scary. Do we just let them put a ton of counters on Iron Bully? I don't think so. Double block. Got the Crunch Boy. I think Crunch seems fine. All black blocks. Got more removal tricks, or maybe just the big boy. That's the Chandra. That's pretty scary. It's difficult to decide what to do here. Just play the Ashok Skulker. Blocks the board up quite nicely. Could swing both at Chandra. I think we need to kill Chandra sooner rather than later, so I think we'll offer the trade. So the Skulker and the Drake can finish off Chandra next turn. Courage of Crisis, okay. Turns it into a 4-4, pass to attackers, so they haven't got anything. If we do this, how likely are we to die? If we attack Chandra, we're dead, so I think we play the Sahili. Just hold up the no escape. I think we've got to start racing face. That's what we will do. Another Iron Bully.
You burning.
Do they play the Iron Bully or do they play something else? They play the Iron Bully, we'll no escape that. We'll scry island or bottom. We've got nothing to answer the Chandra really. I think we ReAL and we scry.
What would you risk to beat? Guild Mage, Planeswalker, Genius Inventor. I got it all.
Okay, and do we turn one of the servos into a Thunder Drake? I think we need to, because we've got to push damage.
Genius is as genius does.
Living Twister, wow.
There's no problem. Fire.
And there's an Angrath there. So we're dead to the Living Twister. Can we kill our opponent? We Relentless Advance. Let's turn the servo into a Drake.
I like to think fast.
Relentless Advance. Target face. And ReAL's now gonna double cast.
Feel the fury of the Tempest.
Double cast on Ashok Skulker. This gives us the most damage. And we can also put one on the servo as well. Target our opponent's face. And we can swing at face with all of our creatures. Can they block? No, they can't. And we managed to steal game 2. Okay. We got there. What do we want going into the next game? We could try out how much do we like Crush Descent? It's probably going to be pretty good. Do we like Invade the City? We could take out Invade the City and try and run something like Nahiri's Stoneblades. And you just try push some damage as quickly as possible. I think that seems pretty legitimate. Let's try that out. Because we need to push damage pretty damn fast against this deck, because their deck's quite fast as well, so... This hand, I think we are probably very greedy keeping a hand with no red, so Oh, this hand's even worse, sort of. We'll keep it and scry. Can we find extra land? Hopefully we can. We've got a few draws to do it. Okay, there's extra red, so we can keep their board under control for the most part. With the Giant's Greetings, Quant Wrangler. Okay, let's pass turn. Okay, we'll Giant's Greeting this so we can scry to find some blue mana. There's blue mana. Okay, Iron Bully is just going to counter on itself. We don't really care about that. Now we will just hold up, no escape. Quant Wrangler, we'll no escape that. Don't think we want a mountain. Yeah, there's a mountain anyway. Pass turn. Spellgorger weird. I think we will let that resolve. And Jaya's greeting it. Relentless Advance. That is a creature. We'll keep it. Play the mountain. Pass turn. Does our opponent think we've got the second one? No, escape the Angrath. Flux Channeler seems pretty good. Okay, Relentless Advance. Would love to see one of our Planeswalkers soon. A Vraska, okay, so they probably sideboarded that in, seeing our Planeswalkers.
Stole my trophies.
Play the Flux Channeler.
How you live is how you die.
Okay, we will block that with the Flux Channeler. What have they got? Chandra. Okay, probably just stuffed here.
You and I are gonna take them out. Let's light it up.
Okay, they're gonna lose their Mowu, so at least that's something. More lands. Pass.
What's that smell? Oh, it's you burning.
Courage and Crisis, so that thing's gonna get huge, and he's gonna proliferate on Chandra and such. He could down tick the Vraska to get another assassin. Just gonna block the damage.
I've done. I'm not
The ReAL. ReAL doesn't do anything. Damn, that was fast. They just got Angrath, Vraska, and Chandra all in their top cards. So, yep, that was a lost cause. Well, never mind. Let's go into the next game. But yeah, they had basically all their decks power at the top in their top 20. So, not much you can do about that. This hand can work. Got the Strix out to block the ground. We've got ReAL's Outburst. Okay, opponent's got at least one black spell. Okay, let's drop the Strix. Leyline Prowler, okay. So, And we're not going to block the Prowler, so we might as well swing. I know it lifelinks, so, but we're not going to block it, so yeah. Evolution Sage. Okay. I think we want to ReAL's Outburst the Evolution Sage. We could see what they try and do first, and then keep the Strix in blocking mode. Seems like a better play. Attack with both. Okay, Strix is going to block the Evo Sage. ReAL's Outburst the Leyline Prowler. Obnix's Cruelty in response. Okay. We'll take the Spellgorger Weird. So we can keep Lazotep plating up to protect the Spellgorger Weird, or trade with the Evo Sage. I will take that trade. Lazotep plating doesn't really do anything, so we'll just take the trade. There's a Herald. We'll just let that exist. Okay. Just drawing lands. Drawn a lot of lands in our top 20. In fact, we've drawn a shit ton of lands because we ditched one as well. There's a ReAL. We could double cast Invade the City, but it doesn't really do very much. ReAL survives though if we just scry. Scry with ReAL.
Odds of victory look good when a storm sea washes
Spark Double seems pretty legit on ReAL. Play an island, pass turn.
Well, that was unpleasant.
Price of Betrayal. I was kept playing in response. Ping them one. Okay, so we keep ReAL up. How's the Behemoth? Okay. So we can Spark Double the ReAL. We can scry our deck. Put them out on bottom.
Only makes field research more interesting.
And we can double cast
There's a
the
storm
Invade
coming
the
your
Sea.
way.
And no attacks. So they can kill both ReALs. One's going face. Okay, we'll block the Herald.
This isn't over.
We draw. It's not an instant or sorcery. Kind of annoying.
I wonder what the weather's like on next one.
Okay, so we've got a lot of lands in our top cards. So pass turn. So ReAL's not in danger of being killed. If they just swing with the Lazotep Behemoth, I will take that trade. Thunder Drake seems pretty good. Scry with the ReAL.
My experiments are mostly
The island
successful.
How much land can we draw? Jeez, a shit ton by the looks of it. At least ReAL's got enough loyalty we can just let attacks go through if we're worried about combat tricks. Relentless Advance. That is something we want to double.
I am judge, jury, and the executioner.
and we will swing for 4 in the air. Okay, so they can get Dust Mantle Operative can hit ReAL, but that's about all they've got. And we can swing for lethal, more or less. And the Operative doesn't really cause any extra damage because we can just scry. I'm gonna go face, okay. Alright, no escape. Seems pretty good. Scry.
I am really into current
Augur
affairs.
Bolus.
Get it?
Yeah, Augur Bolus could pull us something that we need to do some real damage. Let's swing with the 6/6. They're gonna block. Okay, they're gonna Spark Harvest our 6/6. Okay, so we can Augur of Bolus. We could scry first, but we might pull a spell, so okay, no escape and Heartfire. Okay, looks like we win the game. So swing with our creatures. Double up ReAL.
I have
And
just
we
the
Heartfire.
thing.
Target them. Sack the Bolus. And our opponent dies. Cool. So that's game 1. Opponent's playing black-green. Might be fixing for some dank stuff. They might just be playing black-green anyway. This is a thing. What do we want to run against black-green? Removal seems like the obvious choice. Teferi's Time Twist might be something we include to protect our planeswalkers. What do we want to take out for it? Maybe we take out one of the Strixers. That seems fine. Don't think we need to make any more changes, really. Time Twist seems good. Protect against some of their tricks and removal. On the plus side, opponent was on the play, and were they on the play? I can't remember if they were on the play or we were on the play. I think they were on the play and they lost the game, so if we lose this, we do get to go first in the next game. This looks like a very fine hand. And we've got no escape to boot, so we can get the Strix down on turn 2. And we've also got Honored Godpharaoh. Okay, opponent's gonna Leyline Prowler. Okay, is that worth Jaya's Greeting, or do we no escape what they play? I think it's worth Jaya's Greeting. Mountain, we do actually want more land, so we'll keep that on top. We'll swing for 2. Okay, opponent's on a Sultai build. Might be what they're running the fixing for. Let's simply pass turn. Swing with the Iron Bully, we will take it. Davriel Shadow Fugue. We will resolve that. We will discard the Stealth Mission and Teferi's Time Twist. Invade the City is getting pretty good now. Okay, let's Honor the Godpharaoh, discard the island. Okay, on island and Jaya's Greeting. Jaya's Greeting the Iron Bully. Pump the Strix up to a 3/2. I'll definitely take a ReAL to double up that Invade the City. Seems pretty dank. Hit for 3. Pass to opponent. Got any big bombs to drop? Command the Dread Horde. Okay. It's pretty risque. Drop the ReAL. Scry 1.
Always nice to get out of the lab. You must be a
Heartfire,
company
that's going to win
I
us the
like
game. Strix is going to swing for 2. We'll block the Leyline Prowler with the Amass token, and we'll just win the game with Heartfire doubled up with ReAL, unless of course they've got the removal for it. I think they've actually got, whatchamacallit, I think they've got Price of Betrayal. In which case, do we just let this go through? They're going to gain the life either way. No blocks.
Oh, that's gonna leave a mark.
Yeah, they got Price of Betrayal.
I really should get back to the lab.
Have they got anything else? Spark Reaper, okay. So, if we invade the city, we can swing, pull some beeps. So swing at them, force them to make a block. No blocks. Okie dokie, sir. Well, you're prepared to get heartfired then. And sack the Strix. And bang. And you're dead. I mean, it's not like he didn't see our Heartfire, so he knew we had it. Anyway, there you go, 3 wins. So the spell deck can do it. You just got to have the right cards, and I think we definitely got a much better pool than we did with our previous Spells Matter deck. I think the Spells Matter deck requires more particular cards than perhaps decks like just a standard blue-black deck, blue-black Amass. This is okay-ish. We can get the Tybalt's Rager out. We do need blue mana. I think it's fine though. We can always honor the God Pharaoh if we draw another mountain. Maybe ditching the Ashiok Skulker or something. Okay, what do we prefer? Do we prefer the Tybalt's Rager or the Strix? I think we prefer the Rager. Okay. Do we want to find our extra land? I think we do. Honor the God Pharaoh, ditching the Strix. Now we can Kasmina and get the Flux Channeler down.
Oh, they're so cute.
Could play the Thunder Drake, but we're unlikely to be able to double cast any spells anytime soon.
Join my order. Unit every day is a
Stitch the
new
Mountain.
lesson.
Could swing them both at Tybalt. Doesn't really achieve very much.
My friend is here to help you.
Armcrop Invader. Okay, that's pretty scary. So play Kasmina.
My
you
students
ditch an
are
island.
royal geniuses.
Play the Ashiok Skulker because it's a good blocker. And no attacks. Against this deck, we want to just outvalue them. So, okay, against the Boros deck. Don't get to see Boros very often. Rising Populace. Okay, so they're going to be losing creatures left, right, and center. Armcrop Invader can't swing. Well, technically it could have, but could drop the Flux Channeler. It's very likely they just kill our stuff then. Drop the ReAL. I think the ReAL's a decent drop here. I'm not going to be gaining any life anyway, so let's just scry.
Yep. Odds of victory look good.
I don't want an island, we want spells. And we will pass. I could swing with the Tybalt's Rager, but it just dies, so rather hold it up in defense. So, how likely is our opponent to attack here? Pretty likely. At least we can pump the Rager. Devouring Hellion. Dear God. What is he choosing to eat? Both the Devils and the Tybalt. that thing is going to be huge, is huge. Rising Populace is going to become a 5/5 as well. Although the Arm Crop Invader doesn't really have a good attack here, so they're just going to blow the Kazmina up. And the Amass token. That is quite the combo.
I will return with even more disciples.
Okay. Play the Thunder Drake. And then the Flux Channeler. Just counter on it. We can just chump the Hellion for the most part, so scry 1, see if we can get some spells.
What's not to love?
Doubling Jai's
Brilliant,
Greeting sounds pretty
handsome,
dank.
And totally electrifying.
And we will no attacks. Yeah, doubling Jai's Greeting with a Flux Channeler in play sounds pretty good. Goblin Assault Team. What are they going to swing with? Okay, we definitely want to get rid of the Rising Populace. So we are going to play it like so. Opponent's tapped out, so they haven't got any tricks. The Tybalt's Rage is going to die, and it's going to ping the Goblin Assault team. So they just played 4 mana to put a 1/1 counter on something, which is pretty trash. ReAL's going to double cast.
This lightning strikes a lot more than wax.
We will hit the Hellion just for the sakes of it. We don't want an island. Flux Channeler is going to proliferate. We don't want an island. Okay, let's hit face for... We don't want to block with the Channeler anyway. Let's swing for some deeps. Now, ReAL's in a bit of a sticky spot if they can remove the Wizard token. If they can't, then we're getting some good pressure on them. And they're just going to concede. Okay. Game 2. Pyrohelix seems good. And Crunch seems good. Let's take out... Strixes don't trade very well against this deck, so we'll take the Strixes out. And do we want a Crush Descent or a Time Twist? Crush Descent could be pretty good. Do we want to cut for the... I think the Heartfire, again, we don't really want to be sacking our creatures against this kind of deck. It's going to be fast. We need our creatures on the board. And generally speaking, whatever creatures we're playing will probably be able to trade with what they've got. Okay, this hand has at least got a Jai's Greeting to scry. We've got extra draws to find blue. Opponent mulls down to 5, so that's a good thing, I guess. Scrying 1 on top though, so we might have some gas. Hopefully we find an extra land to get these Saheeli out early. Okay, so drop the blue in case of, I don't know, some sort of... they target us with something, I guess. Opponent's on 2 mana and stuck with nothing to play. Let's get the Saheeli down. And if they can't deal with the Saheeli, it's probably a good game. If they're stuck on 2 land, we get a Saheeli. We now have the advantage. All those spells we play create servos. They can't deal with that as a rule of thumb. So yeah, I can see why our opponent conceded there. Sometimes I always am confused as to why my opponent concedes, but in that case, that makes a lot of sense. His deck does not handle being pillow forted by a bunch of 1/1s very well. Okay, we'll play first for game 1. This hand seems a little slow, but we'll take it. Opponent mulls, which is pretty nice. Although mulling when you're playing second is not quite so bad, since you do get the extra draw and the scry. So you can kind of fix whatever crappy hand you unfortunately ended up with. Opponent's going to Lazotep Reaver. Okay. I think we will honor the Godfarer here, ditching the mountain. There's Saheeli. It's pretty good. See what our opponent plays. Follow the invasion. Probably going to take the Saheeli here. Yep. Swing with the crew for 3. No blocks. Okay, we've got a Spark Double. Don't know how relevant that is. We could hold up Jaya's Greeting. Don't know if it achieves very much. Guess we could just Relentless Advance. Jaya's Greeting might be able to deal with if he tries to amass some more. Yeah, if he tries to amass more, we'll just have a bigger army than him. It sounds like a better plan. Opponent's on black-green. Might have Chariot Extractor. That's something we can more or less ignore for the most part. Ashiok Skulker seems pretty good, especially if we can Spark Double it, then it's going to get some serious value. Bright Druid. Gonna put a counter on the Charity Extractor. Makes a lot of sense. Okay. Some Spark Double the Skulker. No attacks. Opponent needs some removal here or some Proliferate. Contra-Angler is pretty unexciting. Double Jaya's Greeting seems pretty good. I think we will pass here. Try burn our opponent out of value. Uggin's Conjurant for 5. Resolve. We'll Jaya's Greeting the Contra-Angler. Kasmina seems pretty good. Do we Jaya's Greeting anything else? I don't think so. Pass to attackers. No attacks. My turn. Okay, let's drop the Kasmina. We might ditch the stealth mission here. I don't think we really need it.
My students are loyal and brilliant.
Yeah, let's get rid of the stealth mission. And no attacks. So they have to pay extra mana to target any of our stuff. Boom Hulk is going to proliferate on quite a lot of stuff actually. But we can easily block the Uggin's Conjurant with just the 2-2, and that'll turn it into a 4-4. I think that's fine. Okay, the Flux Channeler is going to get some serious value here. Do we uptick Kasmina? Guess so. Let's see why not. Ditch the mountain. And pass. They try to remove our stuff, we can Lazotep Plating. And they'll have to tap out most of their mana to do it anyway. Hydra Giant. Okay. Got that resolved. And I think we will Jaya's Greeting the Amass token, just to cut them off. Spellgorger Weird, seems pretty good. And pass turn. Opponent's probably going to have to drop some removal fairly soon. It looks like they're going to have a band together. Okay, we will Lazotep Plating in response. And get a absolutely filthy Proliferate going. And our board is immune to removal now. ReAL's Outburst seems pretty good too. What can we blow up with it? Maybe we swing with the crew, see what they do in response. Okay. triple blocking the Spellgorger weird? Are they going to commit the Chariot Extractor? They are. Okay, let's put the Tidebearer Giant on top, because we'd rather get rid of that. We will ReAL's Outburst the Chariot Extractor, so we can punch through that. And we'll take Tybalt's Rager, because why not? Go through for 8. It's pretty good. Do we care about Tybalt's Rager? Maybe not. See what we draw. A mountain. Okay, we get rid of that. Play Tybalt's Rager. At least that can punch through for a lot of damage. Opponent's on the ropes now. They need some serious value. I'll put one more counter on the Bloom Hulk. They need some serious removal. That Ashiok Skulker is going to be... Okay, the Spark Harvesting, that makes sense. Okay. So at least they're going to save themselves a world of hurt there. If they swing in against Kasmina, I just get a good trade. Play the Thunder Drake. And... do we swing with the 8/8? If they block with the Conjurant and the Bloom Hulk, the Conjurant's going to get smaller. So I think it's worth it. It will take some of the counters off their board. They might just decide to take 8. Taking 8 might be the more keeps him in the game plan. No, he's going to block. We will block like so, kill the Bloom Hulk. End of turn. So opponent's pretty much out of options here. They need a board wipe basically, which they could play Casualties of War, but it only hits one creature, Kasmina, and a land. They could try cut us off red, but it's not going to do very much. It's pretty much game in the bag, I think. Okay, opponent's going to rope us. I mean, there's not much to think about, is there? Oh dear. Okay, they can see. Right, game 2. What do we want against black-green? Proliferate. Can't think of much, to be honest. Deck seems pretty well suited as it is. Maybe take the Crushed Descent for the Heartfire. Could maybe cut... Tybalt's Rager trades up if we hold up mana. Strixers don't really do very much against their board. They do go in for some damage, but that's about all they do. I think maybe we run Crushed Descent and could even run another copy of Heartfire. I think the Crunch seems to trade pretty well with Proliferate decks boards. They have to proliferate up fairly high to go past Crunch. That's Mulligan. We can keep this, I guess. There's a Kasmina again. Seems good. Okay, turn 2 Lazartep Reaver. Don't really have many turn 2 plays to respond with. Can they curve? Okay, Crunch Wrangler. It's fine. Pass. Let them swing first. Okay, if we got no responses, we will just kill the Front Wrangler. Another no escape. Do we need 2? Can't really hurt having more counter spells, but we need something to ditch to Casmina. Could always ditch on the Godfarer, I suppose, if we don't draw land here.
War is coming. I focus on what matters.
Guess we'll ditch on the Godfarer. Crushed Descent might start to lose value, so okay, so looks like we're going to lose the Casmina.
It is I who has learned a lesson.
Okay. Tybalt's Rager coming down. And we will hold up the activation on Tybalt's Rager as well as the Gyre's Greeting if they try to amass more. Spark Harvest. Okay, we'll let that resolve. We'll ping him in the face. Pass to attacks. Okay, we'll just Gyre's Greeting the token there. Spellgorger Weird. Seems fine. We've got some spells to roll off of it. Depends what our opponent's got. Challenger Troll. Okay, that's certainly something that we can't really deal with. We'll drop the Weird, see what they play. Lazotep Reaver. Okay, that's fine. And then a Jangangu, so they're going to make that troll absolutely hench.
Like a worthy opponent. Share in my strength.
No blocks. A ReAL's Outburst, the Lazotep Reaver. We will take the Invade the City, because that can give us a bigger mass token. And no attacks. I could have saved the ReAL's Outburst to trade with the Troll. I'm very well aware of this.
I will help you through this.
Boom Hulk. Okay, so we'll trade the 3/3 for their token there. And go down to 1. I think we might just lose this. Probably should have traded for the Troll, actually. Now that, yeah, we should have traded for the Troll. Counter spells just sitting in our hand because our opponent got to play first, so they got too much tempo on board. It happens. Okay, no, we'll carry on. I think this sideboard plan is fine. Yeah, it's pretty sad that our counter spells are just sitting there. Just couldn't really find a good time to play them without just sitting there doing nothing. Well, we get Tybalt's Rager out on curve, and we can Crush Descent on curve, which is always pretty nice. Okay, let's get the Rager down. Step Reaver. Okay. We'll pass. Okay, where are they putting the counter? Putting on the Reaver. Okay, they're going to swing. Okay, I will take that trade. I can now ping down the amass token so they don't have any proliferate targets. And we will hold up Crush Descent. Carry Extractor. Not a massive threat, but if they keep getting land, we're not going to get much chance to Crush Descent, so I think getting the 2/2 out now is a good idea. We could hold up No Escape, now that they think, and they are coming towards their Challenger Troll, 5 mana. Bleeding Edge, okay. Anything else? As soon as I drop something, so as to, I'm not holding up no escape, I'm going to get punished, but we're going to fucking do it and see what happens. Land Challenger Troll. Okay, Bloom Hulk, that's fine. It's fine, we'll let that go through. Okay, so we can Spark Double the Thunder Drake and hold up no escape. Might as well swing since we're not blocking with this Drake. Dreadhorde Invasion, you say? Oh, bloody hell. Contra-Angler, we'll no escape that, because we need to just keep stuff off the board. And we don't want a mountain. Okay. No blocks. Ashiok Skulker blocks the Bloom Hulk fine. Gonna have to start pressuring them, because otherwise Dreadhorde Invasion is gonna give them lifelink, and then we're just fucking dead. Can they proliferate a couple of times? Probably not. Looks like they're gonna band together. They're gonna Spark Harvest. Swing for 8. Pretty scary. There's a Heartfire. Can we kill our opponent here? So we can swing for, I think we're going to be 1 damage off. Yep, we're going to be 1 damage off. We could kill the Amass token now. Seems like a reasonable plan. And I think we have to pressure face, or else we're not going to get anywhere. Opponent is dead next turn if they can't kill us, because they'll die to the Dreadhorde Invasion trigger. Okay, opponent is dead. Okay, we'll just GG them. Swing for lethal. This Dreadhorde Invasion trigger will now kill them. Okay. Might have been a mistake of them to play the Dreadhorde Invasion there. I suppose they were bagging on the Amass token getting to 6 power. But there you go. ReAL's spell deck. The real ReAL spell deck. Went 5 wins. Let's take our juicy pack of gems and 6 packs. And let's open those up. So whilst our first red-blue spells deck didn't quite work out, this one did a lot better. And our set's reversal. I think we're quite quickly amassing the rares of this set. Well, speaking of, we get a rare wild card, which doesn't really count, but I can craft some cards out of other sets with that. Storev. Haven't actually seen Storev yet. I haven't seen anyone. I think I might have seen one person play Storev. Not gonna lie, he's pretty legit. He's a good reason to be playing Golgari in the draft. Very good reason. Oath of Kaya might be nice in sort of Esper Super Friends maybe. Khan's Bastion. Definitely want to give that a try with Magistrate Scepter. Do some stupid jank shit. And a Blast Zone. Okay. Seems fine to me. Rightio. Apparently it's not clicking on home for me. Oh, waiting for the server. Oh, come on, Magic. If you crash and make me lose my pack like progress, I'm going to be mad. Well, anyway, whilst we're waiting for the server, that is going to be the end of the video anyway. It was a fun draft. Nice to see red-blue spells. Oh, we lost connection. Let's reconnect and see if we keep our pack process. Otherwise, I'm going to feel bad. I feel real bad. Might just be my internet cutting out. Anyway, yep, that'll be the end of the video. Hope you guys liked the draft. Good to see red-blue work. see if we've got a Starev. Yeah, we've got Starev. Okay, so we obviously got the packs. Seems fine. Alright. Yeah. Yeah, red-blue spells worked, which is nice to see because I feel it like it needs a little bit more synergy and some of the more powerful cards to make it work. But when it works, and it's pretty good. So I like it. I like it. But we don't need to worry about that just yet, or right now rather, because we have got plenty more drafts to go, and yeah, plenty more archetypes to try out. Haven't really had much success with a Selesnya type build yet, or a red-black sacrifice deck. I haven't really played around with Golgari too much, or Orzhov. Orzhov doesn't seem like it has very much, if any, support in the set at all, really. So, not too bothered to play Orzhov, but might end up in it at some point. Anyway, that's the end of the video. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you around for some more drafts. Catch me on the stream probably a bit more regularly in the near future, but I'll be posting up a video very shortly, probably before this video comes out, so it's a bit of a redundant comment to make, but you'll see what I mean. Anyway, I'll see you guys around. Goodbye.